Right, good afternoon, folks. My name's Peter, and if that's not the name you're expecting, you're in the wrong channel. So, this afternoon, it's bloody hot outside in the UK. We're looking at about 23, 25 degrees at almost 6 pm at night, and that's not really right for us. But I guess it's the right time of the year, so I should stop complaining right about now. Anyway, this afternoon's festivities, we're going to put a stop to XCOM for a little while, and we'll do something different, like bit of Ace Combat 7 for the PC. Now, I've been through the game, really enjoyed it. Very, very fun game to fly in, as it were. Solid contender to the Ace Combat series, and I was one of the weird ones who enjoyed Assault Horizon. But we're going back to Strange Reel now. Hopefully, I should be able to do a restart the story on New Game Plus. Share campaign mode. Start again. Your records and items will be saved. Last time we did it on hard. Still going again on hard, I think. Yeah. Ace difficulty is very difficult.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article.
That's alright, dude. Don't worry. I'll archive some of this as well, so you can watch it when you get home as well. It'll all be saved.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
Yeah, she swears a bit later on as well during the game.
Ready to break the sound barrier.
She's a very enthusiastic pilot.
Take off, accelerate, and fly up. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, 30G, I know, right? They'd be like mashed potato at that point. Because she doesn't have an IFF, which is identifies you as friendly or foe, yeah, she gets shot down for a trouble. It's basically not having a radio transponder that identifies you as to who your allegiance is with.
Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usha as
But yeah,
the International Union peace.
it's got a very nice story, this. I mean, the whole sort of humble beginnings and all that.
Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of
Yeah.
unidentified aircraft was
I think it would be more realistic to say about 10 or 15, perhaps, something a pilot human could handle.
they have attacked.
But I think it's more about the actual drone than the actual speed of the pilots, the human ones.
Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron, IUPF, has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to mount
So now we switch from the perspective of the lone female pilot to the local Air Force. Yeah, essentially.
We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. How's that possible? The tank farm in the north has been bombed. Many
I think that re-entry is like pushing 20 maybe on like for a space shuttle, but
attacking the base. This is not a drill.
this is a hammer, not a drill. Sorry. Oh yeah, so we got a Tu-95. That's a bomber, I believe. The thing about the Ace Combat Saga is that it will use planes from multiple of real countries. For example, Gripens, Typhoons, Tornadoes, Tomcats. But they won't actually specifically say an Eagle is from this country only. In the world of Strange Real, every nation uses every plane. So, but for some reason, sometimes Russian bombers seem to be antagonists. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's get going. And of course, this music is really, really nice. Unfortunately, Hangar Music, which we're in now, changes from as the story progresses. Yeah, Tupolev, I believe, is Tu-96. Just the... So yeah, I played through it once, as I said before. I've unlocked a few things. Basically, you unlock aircraft via a research tree when you can afford the points to do so, and customize them with various different parts. Something that was part of Ace Combat Infinity on the PS3, which was a pay-to-unlock game. Good game, but yeah, kind of annoying. You had to buy story missions, which was a little bit frustrating. And I sort of, well, by then I was just getting into the PS4 anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna need something with a little bit of anti-air kick. Stuff like the YF-23, the Black Widow, is like I've unlocked towards the end of the previous game, so using the F-35 as well is a little bit hardcore and too easy. So what was I gonna? I would do the F2, but that's more of a multi-role than an actual an attacker. Yeah, your fighters, like your air-to-air aircraft, are the ones with the blue aircraft logo, whereas an attacker, like a bomber specific, would be like a purpley one, and then red ones like all-out ground combat, just mean machines. But I'll just pick one if I can one day. Yeah, I like eagles. And you can just change the skin, which is not really noticeable if I'm honest. Even though it says we actually are changing the skins. You can get a good preview of the aircraft you're about to fly. And zoom in, zoom out. F-16, alright. I do like the Falcon. Actually, I made a model of the Falcon years and years ago when I was getting into model making as a kid, but didn't have the patience for it, I'm afraid, so at some point I actually would like to get another one of these to build. Very nice little all-rounder. Yeah, we'll choose that one. And you can choose whatever ornament. Again, you have to buy these separately with points you accrue. So, I think the game can be a little bit grindy at places, like if you want to repeat a mission once or twice. But by then, and if you progress in the story, you've got enough points anyway. You don't have to constantly do like 10 missions over and over and over again just to get new aircraft. You can, as I've shown you by the end of the game, accrue some of the most later aircraft, which are actually really powerful anyway. So we're going with air-to-air. And you can customize it, like select a skin as you saw. You can choose an emblem you've unlocked. This one's confusing. It's called for the IUPF forces, and it's a skeleton, like a peacekeeping organization. But I like to go with ISAF. Oh, bonus content. ISAF was a organization in Ace Combat 4, and you can put them on the nose, which is technically the fuselage. I'll show you. I prefer to have it just on the tail. A little less showy that way. And that's not stuck, is it? Oh, fun time as well. Trust me, at least you're not baking in it, because over here we're all baking right now. Nah, you'll be alright, mate. Just let me show you the friendly skies. Oh, that's right. You have to set it, go and click onto that. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there it is. The ISAF's logo at the back there. Select parts. Just choose from any you've unlocked, like for body related, weapon related, and just general miscellaneous. Part skin, special weapon. And when you're ready to go, sortie. Yeah, records for like weather conditions in the summer of just breaking all over. Like we're 39. Oh, fuck that. Sorry to say, that's. Yeah, we'll probably get 35, 38 towards the August. Sorry, 39. You said, yeah.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those
Yeah.
birds in the sky. Sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Main squadron, head to runway. Column squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper.
And of course, with this you can. Oh. Yeah, now we show you. You can look around the cockpit from the right stick.
Page 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight.
And then floor it. You also get multiple map views.
Column squadron and your wingmen are airborne.
Here we go.
Form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
Carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop.
See a few smoke trails on our starboard side.
Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem squadron,
Here we go.
it's go time.
Roger that.
Now the game says like to keep formation, but generally speaking you don't have to. There are some special missions.
Unidentified bombers. They don't have many
Oh.
escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp. Wilco.
There we are. Hope you can hear me over the comm chat though.
You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
It sounds like Wales. I know what you mean, yeah. Okay, so we're coming up on this one bogey right behind him as indicated by the map there.
Here we go. Looks like bombers have been located. It's showtime, Trigger. Let's see if you can handle the spotlight. You're a good pilot, or so I told them. I had to fill an empty spot, so it's still a leash, though.
Right, it's going to take a few more missiles to down it, so now we're flying through clouds at the moment, so we'll see some condensation in the canopy, which is new to the Ace Combat series. But he's in gun range, so we don't need missiles. And also, Mage, clouds actually will throw missiles off the target. And for some reason, the music muffles when you go through a cloud. It's very surreal. So we're above cloud cover now at 3,700 feet. Those craters there, they're actually caused by the Ulysses asteroid, which hit Strangereal, I think about 10-15 years ago in the story. And there was like a whole war then, so... Yeah, they're kind of away from us, aren't they? Now there's their escort, the MiG-21 Fishbed, I believe. Which is actually used by forces around the world still nowadays. It's a rugged little fighter it is. Although... not anymore. You can see what the missile camera is done by holding down the missile fire button, so you can actually just track the missile as it hits the target. It's more of a cinematic effect than actually anything practical. I mean, most of the time you want to put your head in the cockpit and do that.
Target confirmed down. Good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers. Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's
And also,
promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
if you hold down the change target button, you can actually lock on your target like that and just move freely around. It's very handy if you want to see where the target is after you've flown past him, for instance. Right, we've got a few MiGs up ahead. The red markers around each target denotes that that's a priority target that you have to take out for the mission to be completed. All the others, like these MiGs at the back, are completely optional. They want these bombers down regardless if the escort is destroyed. Alright, okay. So I press select. No, don't. No, press X, you idiot. And you lock on. But you've got more a risk of losing those missiles if they can break lock quickly enough. But they seem to be going slow enough, so we got them all. Yeah.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2. Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper,
Right, we've got a new target bearing
only 2 bandits. Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort. Oh, they're
bearing 342 degrees.
Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco, Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Yeah, there are some Ace Combat missions in previous games where it's absolutely essential you maintain formation and stuff. I mean, you can just go in there, rush in there, take down the entire team if you wanted to, for something like this, but it's It's a bit more immersive to slowly just creep up on the target like this, as you would do if you were a pilot. Closing in now. Now it's best not to use the 4 air-to-air missiles at this kind of angle, because they'll just overshoot and just gone. Although he's breaking off of me. Here we go. Right, now that target has a codename under him. That means if I was to shoot him down, I would get a bonus skin for that aircraft. That's, again, something that's been used in a lot of Ace Combat games over the decades. And they'll just be fun out on their own. And it's up to you just to go and kill them yourself. A bit of risk sometimes because they're usually away from the large group of enemies. But it's a MiG-21 versus an F-15, F-16. He's not going to have much of a chance. Right, got quite a few more targets now. We've got to get our foot down. So it's best just to prioritise the red targets for now. You might shoot one of these guys in passing, but ideally it would be best if they face the other way, so the missile can actually... There he goes. So that works. 1, 2. That's a lot of dudes. Right, if I can just whoosh past these guys, get behind them, I can unload the other special missiles. So if I push the brake and acceleration together, I can do a sharp turn like that. Select the targets and fire. Four down, 1 left. See if we can get him with guns. Radar's clear.
Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear. Good going, Mage 2. Black Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
Nope.
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
Seawater at Gunther Bay. I am Princess Rosa Gusette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Now here comes a bit more of the story. Oh yeah, after each mission you get to sort of go up at yourself. Various camera angles, zoom in, zoom out. Fast forward a bit.
H2 altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
Various camera angles, as I said.
Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
This is one of my favourite ones, the passing one. Yeah, it takes a bit to get going because we had to get there first before the combat started. Yeah, you get a
Assessing the damage to
debriefing.
we have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
And it will show you what you did, how long it took, any sort of bonus, whatnot, and a rank accordingly. And of course we shot down that bloke with the skin, so yeah, on to our next mission.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting...
There's a little radio at the bottom there. That was in Ace Combat X on PSP. Very nice game.
Sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The executive office of the Osean Federation...
So it's called Brighthall, not the White House. Osean is very American-like in its sort of democratic country.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
I think you could equate a Erusia to...
Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their
I
aircraft
don't really
carrier,
know.
Kestrel 2.
Because I know Yuktobania, which is another nation, is more like Russia than anyone.
During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
We'll make this news as terrible as we can so we can get a rallying cry from our countrymen.
20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head to head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Yusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers.
And you see it says Grunda Industries there. That's If you've played Ace Combat Zero or the Balkan War,
Everything that was military.
same game really, you'll
Not a single
understand why
soldier
that's
was
bad
hurt in the
news.
process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Yeah, so hence we go back to her to explain why she was under attack. I mean, with the whole IFF thing, you're literally just...
Yeah.
You're flying around with no ID or license plate or anything, so you could be anybody.
Then, got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap.
Exactly.
The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base...
Oh, hi, welcome home.
The fences were topped with razor wire.
Well,
The
yeah.
tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a
So it's
gun
still
turret
tipping down with rain, yeah?
gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane.
That's not too bad
They
then.
wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape.
Yeah, it's dry as a bone here.
They found out. And set the dogs on me.
Yeah, I know what you mean when there's something on the horizon like that. Anyway, can you still hear me clearly over the some of this comm chatter that just coming from time to time? Because I did turn the volume down in the game a bit so everyone could hear me a little bit clearer, but
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces.
alright, that's good then.
Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now
Actually,
in the east.
even though I've played this game for about
The National Space Elevator has been seized
got it back in March or April, I think. So
after the previous war.
I've still not tried the
Both the symbol of peace
multiplayer yet.
valuable asset in the fight against growing energy.
Yeah, we have commercials on TV in the UK about various transport systems offering Wi-Fi and stuff, like Virgin Trains and all that. But at the same time, they'll say this streaming speed is not fast enough to accommodate or streaming it, essentially. It's kind of conflicting. Like, you just see the commercials of people watching TV, like Netflix on their thing, but
The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped
I just find it really weird.
radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Right, so we got another air-to-air combat patrol mission. And what we're looking at now. Oh wait, no, it's a lot of ground targets, my bad. Yeah, radar vehicles. Okay, so we want something with a bit of bit of one or two bombs. Yeah, sorry, I was scratching me. Yeah, stubble. Yeah. What shall we do? What should we do? What should we do? The microphone must be good then if it's picking that up. Wow. No, that's fine. Apologies for doing that. Well. I might actually take an eagle out because an eagle's got some good things with it. Yeah, this one's got the pulse laser. Yeah, there actually are laser weapons in this game. Weird as it sounds. Let's have a look. Yeah, basically this thing here, you put the underneath your aircraft and it will shoot out of this aperture here a laser for about 5-10 seconds maybe, and you just like think of it as like a lightsaber. You just sort of burn through targets with it. Very good for far off distance targets, drones and that sort of thing. Okay, right. Well, the kids gone home from school now because my house is on a school path, so to speak. So you won't any screaming kids. You may occasionally hear the odd dog now and again, but dogs bark. No, that's right. The Tomcat is more adept to bombing. Yeah, we'll go for a Tomcat. And we'll put some... Nope. Those are the same missiles we used before, but more of them. I do like locked on bomb targets. Well, locked on targets with a bomb. Yeah, just there's a primary school up the road here for like 4 to 10-year-olds, and they're a bit vocal when they come home from school. But we were all kids once, so I've got patience for that shit. A lot of people are like, oh, kids everywhere, they so much racket. But they just make a racket for 5 minutes while they walk home. That's all it is. It's not like kids in the street or anything constantly there. Right, I will need to grab me a few parts. There should be a part here somewhere where I can put more bombs on here. That's the radius. Standard missile limit. Yep. Hand shells. That would be the machine gun. You know what? Let's put that on as well. Where is it? Let's have a reload time. So power. So you can have any combination of stuff on here within reason. That could be handy. There's I can't find where it is. That's annoying me now. One of these parts let you carry more bombs onto it, and I've just probably gone right past it, knowing me. Yeah, because you can have more missiles. It might be just for the special missiles, then, not the actual bombs. And we've got a lock-on bomb system, so we'll need to use that. Yeah, because it says additional bomb explosives, but it just does the range, which is kind of weird. I tell you what, we'll do that. Make the power go up and the range go up. Because lock-on bombs are actually a little bit weaker than their freefall counterparts. Oh, should I put my emblem on the tail? No, I didn't. Never mind. I haven't really tried it, but I'm guessing you can like put on multiple decals on multiple planes, and then just keep that for next time you use it. I thought it would just like carry over the emblem I put on earlier, but it might be just for that plane only. Oh well. And of course, some planes you start in the air.
Target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.
The graphics are fantastic for the ground. Like in previous Ace Combat games, the ground was just basically like polygons and very low render buildings. But look at this.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Actually, individual trees and everything. Even though it kind of breaks the immersion at some point, because you can fly through trees as long as you don't go near the ground and still be okay, like right through there. Wait, no, just demonstrate there. Yeah, completely through the trees, you're fine, you're not touching the ground, the game doesn't care. Right, so let's get a move on.
Visual on the anti-air radar vehicles.
Yes, mother.
Close.
Very henpecky sort of thing. Bombs away. Or missiles away even.
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Right, if we can do this in all in one pass, well most of it, we should be okay. There's an Apache. Or it was.
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us. Target destroyed. 5 to go. Target is destroyed.
Right, let's demonstrate the bombs.
Vehicle down. Target destroyed. 3 to go.
I don't think I'll get him.
Your discretion.
No, I got him. I thought the building would protect him.
Inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds. We'll go. Here they come.
That's fine, that's plenty of time.
Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire fleet,
Right, where's that coming from? Dead ahead.
so trust your radars.
And pull up!
2 targets remaining.
Yeah, missiles really aren't much of a problem in this game. You just pull up sharply or turn right or turn left sharply and most of the time you'll miss them.
Page 2. Missile away. Trigger, there's one more to go. I don't think what's wrong. What? They gonna bring their buddies back from the dead? Enemy is split.
Right, bombs away. So this is how you want to handle most ground assault missions, is just not to linger in the airspace for too long, drop your load so to speak, and get out ASAP. If I can get that MiG on the way back, that'll be a bonus. Where is he? No, he's making too many sharp turns, he missed it. Bomb on the radar. I forgot to mention, but when the mission starts, you actually get like a short description of what the weather conditions are like. Like a lot of this, you can see, is overcast, and actually affects your. To an extent, it affects your playstyle because you can actually get torrential rain and wind sometimes, and even lightning, that forces you to go and pass you wouldn't think you would normally do. Bomb for the watchtower. Yeah, that too. I was coming to that, mate.
Break! Missile incoming! That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out.
Yeah, he was facing me. No escaping that one.
Solo 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worried about staying alive for now.
Nope.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Right. If we get too many missiles on our tail, at some point I'll have to launch flares. Those are bombers. No, transports. C-17 things. Whew.
I'm on this one's tail.
I think in a C5 Galaxy, that's something else. What's that, a Galaxy? I can't remember. Yeah, any more missiles that get too close, I'll have to pop flares. Which they don't tell you, but it's pushing the bow sticks in at once.
Enemy transport destroyed. There's more. 4 targets remaining.
I might be able to dumb fire this one, actually. And how?
Keep your mind focused.
He must have been carrying something dangerous.
All transports have been destroyed, but what were they carrying? They're losing it after their allies on the ground were
Actually made me jump when it did that. So yeah, I'll just quickly demonstrate in third person when you launch a flare. There. And the missiles will follow that trail of flares. With a bit of luck. I prefer the cockpit view for a more immersive gameplay. I used to play all the time in third person when I was on the PS2 with it, but strapping yourself in like this is much more fun. There's an Apache.
attack missed. Miss. That's a miss.
Yeah, no, don't rub it in. Oh, a fish bed above me. Sharp turn.
Targeting gun range.
Again, he's in the clouds, so he's going to evade a lock-on. And his mate comes in to try and get me. You see the lock-on reticle is actually just sometimes drifts off your target. Another helicopter because we can. Alright, I'm gonna kiss the deck. Or maybe not. Oh dear.
What happened? Status report. Multiple bogeys
Something
on
down
radar.
there.
They're close. Wait, they're being launched.
Yeah, it's a MiG-29.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile. Judging by the way they look and move,
There was.
well spotted, clown. No doubt about it. We're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them.
Yeah, the whole acceleration
This is Golem 1.
decrease
Confirmed as UAVs.
together.
Repeat. Bandits are drones.
Yeah, there's the drone.
Doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
No, that's too early. Thankfully, you do get a lot of missiles, but I've just noticed we're down to 24, which is
Feels like I'm riding a roller coaster.
it's not a huge amount, but it should be enough. And usually, most of the time, it's better to get these guys with guns if you can lock on easily enough. It's a big if, though. Usually, it's best to get this or any other aircraft where they're just sort of seemingly standing still. Right, just watch what they do on radar. If they're pointing away from you, it means basically exposed, and if they're making a turn, then they're going to out-dodge any missile fired on them. So it's best to get them when they're all lined up. literally your ducks in a row kind of metaphor.
Mage 2, walking.
Like so.
Nice kill, Mage 2.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
Yeah, if you stay too long in the clouds, your system will freeze up. Especially with these thicker ones. Like the condensation just turns to...
Bandit is in my sights.
Well, I think it's more of an altitude thing as well. If you're just high up enough to the ceiling, you'll actually get iced up.
That's a miss.
No, someone wants to play with me a bit more, so...
I've got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
Right, check speed. Yeah, we're going through the roof in terms of speed, that's fine. Sometimes it's just best to just check your instruments in terms of how fast you're going at any one time in case you don't stall or whatnot.
Behind target and ready to attack.
Oh, nice.
Locked. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Column Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Don't try to read their movements.
Come on. Now. No, you turn again. Now, see, I'm getting impatient. Yeah, take it easy, mate. Have a good one. I'll be around for a little bit more, and obviously I'll archive this stream so you can watch it at your discretion.
One launching missile. Column Squadron, surround 'em. Moving through right stuff. I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
Tomorrow I want to try.
You're doing good.
That's two down.
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy. One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties. Mage 2, walking. Miss. That's a miss.
No, that just locked off target.
He's mine. He's not getting away.
Where'd he go?
Visibility shot to hell through the clouds. But he's gone now.
Kill trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB. No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
It's got some really nice detail in the cockpit, like you'll notice any sort of speed,
You shoot, someone gets killed.
rotations and stuff.
The guys in charge take care of the rest.
I think we'll do one more mission after this and then we'll call it for this episode. And then just
You've given us air.
skip through the
First barrier keeping us from retaking.
yeah. And then we got a new skin. Yeah, we'll try one more. So at this point in the timeline, we're actually still working for
Surprise attacks carried out
the peacekeeping forces, but you will change characters later on in the game.
including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Grays Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy
I
aircraft.
think this might be the one we have to like fly along the,
Listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying.
keep the altitude low.
They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenalberg, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenalbergs and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
So yeah, what we're looking at is the usual assaultment. More air assault than ground this time, so let's see if we can accrue any more aircraft from the aircraft tree. Like, I've got to think around here when I got the Typhoon last, and then here. And obviously these are like boss craft here, which this was one of the bosses in Assault Horizon. The Wyvern came from, I believe, Ace Combat 4. And yeah, these are Russian aircraft. And you can buy individual parts and rudders and stuff for the multiplayer thing. Yeah, these are all multiplayer only. I like research tree games. It just gives me something to focus on, as it were. But we currently don't have enough for some of these aircraft. But they will unlock better aircraft down the line. A lot of these are just the Sukhois. I would actually like a Terminator at some point. They're really good. Let's have a nose. I'll tell you what, let's start on that path by no, we haven't got enough, have we? Yeah, Fox sounds good. It's more of a, yeah, they just put their foot down, they're just gone. Raphael? No, can't afford that either. But anyway, you get the idea. Not really interested in the Raptor. I mean, I know it's a good aircraft, but meh. I prefer like the YF-23 Widow, which was actually competed against the Raptor when it was initially bought out. I think back in like the late 90s, maybe thereabouts. But it lost out to the Raptor for some reason or another. I'm always like an underdog. So we're going in the air this time. We'll need yeah, this is the aircraft the mechanic was talking about earlier. You obviously got like a combat ready medal aircraft of it. Let me just check actually. I was going to see if my Falcon had those emblems still on there. Yeah, they actually do stay on there. That's interesting. I didn't pay much attention to that before, but well, there you go. Anyway, we'll go something a bit more European with some no. Long-range air-to-air missiles. Put an emblem on the tail. Slovakia, I believe that was the one from Ace Combat 6 on the Xbox. Let's choose a skin. These are conditions to get more skins. And hence the one you have to destroy a certain aircraft, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, we'll go for the simple Ocean one. Right, let's get out there.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
As you can see, the date, the time, the place, coordinates, and the weather conditions, and the operation's name. Now the Typhoon's actually one of my favourite fighters for Ace Combat games. Very maneuverable, very Ace Superiority-esque.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Oh, and here's the refueling minigame. Sometimes you have to do this. So basically these two boxes, put the little one in the middle and just glide it in
50 meters.
to that cone there. Just gently left and right with the rudder.
Excellent work, Trigger.
Should get like a nice view of that. Yeah, just whack it in. Fill her up. Sometimes you have to land the aircraft, sometimes you have to take off at the start of a mission.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation.
Wow.
Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Yeah, I thought it was a mission where you had to keep the altitude down a bit, go in the valley, which is rather tricky, but no, this one's just based on a free-for-all, so let's get a move on. And of course, your wingman usually try to match your speed as well. So.
Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger, time to show the other guys that we can wet wild and do dirty, dirty things.
Oh my.
If you hit one of them, stick to him like glue. Don't let him out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
The banter's rather entertaining between the characters, but there's only a few other characters that actually are remarkable. Yeah, a lot of them are generally forgettable, unfortunately. Here he comes. No, he's not going to lock onto me. This is someone else. Missile missed. Yeah, that's one from the outset shooting at me. Wait for it. Now.
If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turret.
Wow.
4 remaining.
Yeah, sometimes the AI can get doggedly determined to get you that it won't shift out the way if it's been locked onto at point blank. So you just You just basically play chicken with him and slightly maneuver at the end so you don't get killed. This one's closer. Oh, an F4 Phantom. That's interesting. That's going to be rather slow. Music for the Ace Combat games is pretty much a high point of this series. Just very situational, very adaptive as what they choose for that particular mission. Too fast. Definitely too fast. Do a loop. Catch you on the fly past.
Fox 2. Once the enemy gets behind me, that's your chance to take him out. Roger that.
Bloody hell, dude. I think you can actually collide with your teammates as well.
Bandits, you're in the clear.
But the AI is usually good enough not to do that.
I haven't even broken a sweat. Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break! What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
And here comes the aforementioned Arsenal bird.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Right, I might want to get them lock on. No. They're going to pass past us quickly. I can maneuver.
Waiting for mission.
Of course, I would just get distracted talking about that.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above.
I'm pretty sure the drones need one missile each, so we should be okay.
These guys move down easy.
Just switch your targets, switch your direction, and keep going.
All aircraft. No change in game plan.
Flares away.
Destroy the Arsenal bird. Philip Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
There it is.
I've maneuvered behind the enemy.
Wow.
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
If I can get this one. Right, let's lock on multiple targets. Oops.
This is Golem 3. Golem 2's hit. Status report.
They've been about chase me for a while.
Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Maintain elements. Skeleton 3's lost. Where's that report?
Finally.
Continue to maintain air superiority. HQ, what's happening?
Oh dear.
I repeat, maintain air superiority. What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert. Get out of there. Breaking.
Shields are up, it seems.
Skeleton 2 lost. Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately. Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron,
Oops.
give our allies some time to escape. Wilco,
Yeah, if you push the two rudders together at the same time, you autopilot, which is Automatically levels it out.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies. Golem 2, head back to base. Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Targeting gun range.
Yeah, drones are a pain because they've got all the time in the world to suddenly turn.
Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Main Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. Yowza.
3 remaining. I don't think that's going to hit. No.
Locked. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat. I'm in his blind spot.
Right. The flashing blue indicates someone's in trouble, so better go rescue them.
Retreating aircrafts. Prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run. Get your asses out.
There's the ones in danger.
UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
There should be the last group of them now. Oh. Okay.
I'm dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Not good. Brody, break off. My stuff. This is getting a little tight. Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
Best to fix on the target that's not moving around so much so I can catch him when he's not maneuvering.
Kill yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
She's gone too. Unfortunately, a lot of these characters you can't save regardless of what you do.
Golem 2, lost.
Also, I think.
Skykeeper, where's the one that got thrown? I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Yeah, he's gone up.
All UAVs have been splashed.
Whew. That was intense.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA.
Yeah.
Right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with. Golem Squadron, Maid Squadron, withdraw.
Picked up a bit of damage, but yeah, we're fine. Yeah, the Arsenal bird's very ominous. Like, it just... There's no, like, gloating captain or anything. It will just deploy its drone silently and hope you can survive the onslaught. Right, here we go. Basically what I'd like to do is keep that middle thing in the the centre like that, and just loop around slowly. Cut the speed. Yeah, that is actually pretty fast. I shouldn't do that. Then when you're above it, what I do is just cut the speed out. It's usually enough momentum just to gently bring it in. That was a bit of a meh landing, but the game doesn't really grade you for the landings. I mean, the whole landing thing and refueling is completely optional anyway, although takeoff isn't. Didn't know that about the way the pilots chase each other's tails. Makes sense, because it's all close range.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Yeah, see me there going around too fast. You just got to slam on the brakes sometimes and let the enemy come to you. Yeah, that's Ace Combat 7. I've got a few videos of other missions on my channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll probably do this again sometime. Take care now.